Hey Libby, so I'm looking at this image and I'm like, how do we make this? So I know you put a lot of time into it, and I feel like there's like little bits here and there, but the red feels like, like the kind of red that I'm used to seeing, like from a watercolor set. The blue feels kind of like that. The flowers feel kind of like, very simple and that sort of thing. So I'm like, okay, well, what could she do? um, outside of just keep practicing and that sort of thing. So I opened it up here in Photoshop, and I know that you've had maybe like a little bit of experience with Photoshop, but there are online tools like Photoshop as well that you could use to do similar things. So like here I am in Photoshop with your image open, right? And right now, these are all my tools over here that I can use to go in and do things with Photoshop. Right now, it's on crop, just so that like you can make it smaller or what have you. But I wanted to do like just like one or two things here to show you. So the first thing, I'm just gonna like click off of that and like I'm just gonna draw a little box because we talked about like little moments, right? So, like, let's take this section and make this that little moment. All right. So now everything inside this box that I just drew, I can come in and I can do things like I can go to like up here where it says filter or up here where it says image, and I can click on this. And when I pull it down, it gives me like adjustments and that sort of thing. So, like, for example, I could go in there and I could say, all right, everything in that box, let's invert. Boom. Now it's like different, right? Now I'm not crazy about that. So I'm just going to go edit, undo, right? Undo, invert. You can see Control Z does it for you. But we'd also talked about like doing black and white with just a little pop of color. Okay, so I could go in here and I could say edit or image adjustments, and then I could go over here to where it says like black and white or color saturation or hue saturation. And I could say, well, let's make it black and white inside there. And now all of a sudden, I've got like this little change happening here that isn't happening anyplace else. And I could like continue. Oh, I have to accept that. Sorry. Say okay. Yeah, and I could continue to draw more boxes on here, right? I could say, okay, let's do that, and then I'll do image, and on this one, maybe we could invert it. So now I've got like all the work that you've done, but I've also got like this extra step, and look at how fast that is. Now the blues are oranges, so I've got this kind of like positive, negative thing going, which always works, right? In addition to that, like I could go to like my filter gallery and I could say, okay, well, let's see what's in the filter gallery. So if I look at filter gallery, you can see this whole screen pops up. And right now it's showing me a part of your drawing, the part that we had selected. But I could go in and I could say, well, what if that looks like graphic pen? Boom, that just happened. It's over here, and I could also say angled strokes. I want to see both those things, and it will show me what that's going to look like. Maybe water paper, watercolor or something like that. There's all these folders here, artistic folders. Like, okay, well, what if I want it to look like a smudge stick? And I guess get rid of the angled strokes on there. And like, look at what's happened with just like 3 or 4 clicks here. So you could like come in, add some variety to what's already there and play around with some of those things. I just click OK. Now I'm back. Now I got something else going on here, and there's more possibilities. So it might be a way of us to like just kind of like jazz up some of the things that are going on there. And of course, it works with photographs as well. So we talked a little bit about taking some photographs and maybe playing with them. This might be a way for you to have a little more professional look without, having to like develop all those skills that I know you want to anyway, and I want you to as well. But just a chance for you to like get a little more into these pieces so that we can feel really good about sending them off, so that they have just a little bit more complexity to them. I hope that's maybe helpful or inspiring. All right, talk to you later.